This video is for every one of you out there that had your heart set on an old house and ended up having to settle for something that was more within your budget, maybe a modern new build, maybe a 70s or 80s bungalow. These are a couple of tips on how to get that old-fashioned Irish look into your modern house. So let's get started. Okay, first and foremost, I'm going to talk about windows. For me, nothing screams an old house like wooden sash windows. And if you have the money or you're really looking to invest in something that's going to make the outside of your house look a little bit older, definitely wooden sash windows are the way to go. Now, you can opt for the PVC ones that are like a mock sash if you want to. It's not going to make the place look as old. You're more than okay to compromise on this kind of thing, but if you really want it to look older, go for wooden sash windows all the way. PVC modern windows are never going to make a place look old. They're just not meant to do that. And if you want your house to look a little bit older, then definitely spend the money on getting hardwood windows made, and they'll just be absolutely beautiful and they'll last so long. My second thing on the outside of your house would definitely be round guttering. So a lot of time nowadays when you're in a modern house or even a 70s or 80s house, you're going to have this like PVC fascia and soffit and square down pipes and stuff like that. It's very common in modern houses. But if you want to go a step backwards and get that quirky quaintness into your house, then aim for the round down pipes and the half moon shaped little gutters that go along the top. They used to make them in cast iron. They were really heavy, a little bit dangerous if they fell down on you, but they're also a beautiful thing if you have them on a house when you buy it. If you don't, just opt for the modern plastic versions. They're so cheap. You can fit them pretty much yourself because it's not that complicated, especially if they're going in to a house that has already had guttering, so you kind of know where you're putting everything. Really, they are so unrivaled when it comes to what they add to the front of a house. You can paint them in different colours as well, so when you're matching things like your sills or your windows with your guttering and your gates and stuff, it just brings in that really Irish country quaintness that you want to add to your house, obviously, or you wouldn't be watching this video. And while we're on that, if you haven't clicked the like button below, click it, because if it's not for you clicking that, then my videos don't get seen and I don't get put up at the top of the lists on YouTube, and we need that because we want to make more videos. So yay! Okay, we're going to go on to number 3 right now. Okay, so we're still outside for the third one, and this one's a kind of a strange one because I know a lot of people aren't necessarily going to change this on their house, but it is something that makes a massive difference when it comes to a house looking older, and that's having slates on your house instead of tiles. Slates were such a natural roof covering in Ireland, like opposed to thatch maybe, which would be probably the only other one that was that common, maybe corrugated iron at times, but really slates are one of those roof coverings that will always make a house look a little bit older. If you can splash out and get older slates, maybe blue bangers, something like that, then of course do it. Spend all your money on it. It will be lovely to have it on every house, but you know, slates in general will always look older than tiles. So if you have the money to choose between one or the other, and they really don't make this massive difference in the energy efficiency of your house, then go for slate and keep the house looking a little bit more like what the older Irish houses looked like. Now, I have way more tips on how to get a new house looking old. I'm also going to do a little video on how to keep an old house looking old, because surprisingly enough, this is actually one that we fall foul to a lot when people do up houses. People go in and they have the best of intentions. They spend about 60 or 70,000 euro on an old cottage, and they come away from it and it looks like a bungalow that was built in the last 10 years. We don't want that. We want to keep our culture. We want to keep our old houses looking a little bit old. So I'm going to make a video in a little while that's going to tell you the things that you should really try and keep on the outside of your house to keep it looking old after you've renovated it. And last but not least, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can see all the new videos that I'm going to have coming out over the next little while. And there's even a little bell that you can click so that you get notifications when my new ones come out. So click on that as well and you're not going to miss a thing.